Hi, this is Jillian, and this is a fan art piece I did for Sailor Moon on the day of Easter. And this is a speed paint for it and a story time about Easter traditions. Yay! I know it's a little bit late, but I still kind of wanted to do it. As some of you may already know, this was my first Easter without my mom. It was different but still good, but it was hard to do some of the things that we normally do. I put up the Easter decoration fairly early this year because it was the 12th, and I felt like in order to enjoy it, I pretty much took down the St. Patrick's Day 2 or 3 days after it happened and then put up the Easter. And I put out stuff that hadn't been out in a long time and added my own touches, and I think that's super healthy. But it got me thinking about some Easter traditions that I enjoyed when I was a kid and still enjoy to this day in some cases. If you hear some noise in the background, it's my cat. She's determined to get my attention, by the way. One of the Easter traditions I enjoyed was Easter baskets, and my mom made some beautiful Easter baskets, and she continued to make them from the time we were itty bitty babies until 2 or 3 years ago. And I made them for the past 2 years, and for my brother and myself. Now, we are both adults, but she insisted on us having our Easter baskets. And from the time we were maybe 9 up, past the believing in the Easter bunny stage, we had just fun little challenges for her. My brother one time asked her to make his Easter basket look like a giant egg or a raccoon or just fun stuff. And I didn't really do anything crazy like that. I think my craziest request from her to make the Easter basket look more, I don't know, crazy or challenging or whatever was just different color combinations, more so with me. I don't know if I was just not as creative about it or not as cynical about it, or if I just wanted more of a pretty basket rather than to tease her about it. I don't know. But that was kind of fun and funny. This year we didn't do Easter baskets. We had talked about it, but we decided it was more of my mom's thing. And we ended up doing Easter boxes instead. And it was still fun but different. Now, one of the Easter traditions I enjoyed as a kid that we stopped pretty much from the time I was maybe 8, I may have been a little bit older, but was to dye eggs. And it was always such a mess. And particularly when I was little, my mom would have us do it outside. We had this picnic table, and if it was pretty, we would do it outside. Now, if it had rained constantly, she would use a Dollar Tree tablecloth and put one on the floor. And then she would put one on the actual table And, like, that helped keep the mess down significantly. Well, one year we decided to get really fancy with it. And we wanted to keep the eggs that we, like, decorated for a little bit longer than, like, I think you can keep them up to a week before they start smelling if you just, like, hard boil them or whatever. But we wanted to keep them a bit longer. So, I had seen in, like, a magazine, or she had seen on TV, I don't remember which, where you could, like, take a needle and, like, poke the egg and then let it drain out or whatever. And it worked okay, but I'm not sure that was worth the mess. Because we killed 3 or 4 eggs trying to get this poke right. And you had to, like, get the hole big enough that the egg would actually come on out, but not so big that it would, like, hurt the integrity of the shell. Like, if I was to try and do this again, I would recommend, like, some of my needles that I use with my knitting to, like, sew my pieces together. But we were just using, like, normal needles. And then we switched it to, like an ice pick, which the ice pick was, like, pretty thick. And then also the fact that it was pretty big and long, so it was really hard to control it, like, once you tried to stab it through the egg, to not go all the way through, which would hurt the integrity of the shell even more. And, like, you let them air out overnight, and then you can dye them and glue stuff onto them. But again, I'm not sure that they were really worth all the trouble of doing it like that. But we still had fun. We did that a couple times, actually. We would do, like, a batch that we just normally dyed, and then we did, like a dozen or so that we poked holes through. I don't know, but one of the other things, like, I kind of wanted to do it this year, but with everything going on in the world, I really didn't have an opportunity. Plus, I'm kind of an adult. But I kind of really wanted to do, like, an Easter egg hunt. I don't know, it was kind of pretty during Easter, and the fact that we're all kind of stuck indoors maybe had to do with part of it. Luckily, I have a good sized yard in the neighborhood. You know, I think it's okay to walk around the neighborhood provided that you stay away from people. And that's pretty much what I did. But I kind of just wanted to look for eggs, but it would be kind of stupid of me to, like, hide my own plastic eggs or whatever to go looking for them. I think the last time I had done an Easter egg hunt was, like, when I was a kid, and I was, like, 10 years old in the 5th grade, and, like, I am not any good at that sort of thing because I look in, like, more obscure places, which you would think would be the places to look, but apparently adults don't think the same way as I do. I don't know, maybe if I ever have my own kids, they'll have a harder time finding the eggs because I'll put them in obscure places. Make them work for those little bits of candy or whatever. One of the other things my mom did was write a message from the Easter Bunny on one of the eggs, and sometimes it was really hard to read because, like, imagine trying to write on a freaking egg. It's smooth, A. B, even if you get the right kind of marker or whatever, you still are probably going to smear the thing. Again, it's round. Where do you start? Or it's like oval or whatever. But I still thought it was super sweet. Anyway, tell me about some of your all's Easter traditions and maybe some Easter memories. I certainly did enjoy mine, particularly putting up the Easter decoration. I actually put up an Easter tree. I'd done it before, like a handful of times, but like, I don't know, this year I thought it was particularly cute because I did like a mini tree rather than a full size tree. Maybe next year I'll do a full size tree, but I just didn't want to mess with the giant tree this year for some reason. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!